All right, Kenman here. Today we are live from my Highlander, and I have my jacket as a background. Why? Because I forgot to do a quick video. This is the Civivi Ferrum Forge Odium that I did the dye for, and someone has purchased it because I have some of these knives that I've got up for sale. If you didn't know that, bing, right there. I don't need to sell them, but some of the subscribers and stuff were interested in having some of them. And if you were someone who wants to have a custom piece in your life and that's something I can do for someone, I want to hook them up. I made all the prices less than what they cost retail. I didn't mark them up for any of the custom work or anything like that. So I don't make any money off of it. But what I am going to do with all that money is I'm going to put it directly back in the channel and buy more knives to do more custom work and more unboxings and fun. And this is the deep dive for the Civivi Ferrum Forge Odium. All right. Well, the one thing with this knife is it's a smaller knife. So someone who likes a little bit smaller profile, it does have this nice choke up point so you can get in there for doing some work. So if you want a smaller knife to keep on you and not take up too much space in your pocket, yet it still has a nice sharp edge, you can do work with it, you can get in there and make your cuts. Like I said, you can choke up on it, so it does have this real nice feel for a smaller profile knife. If you watch my videos, you know that I tend to go for the larger ones. If you've watched already, I've had a couple fails with this. I have a larger hand, so when I squeeze this, see how like it kind of tucks right in there? And if I'm holding it weird, I've had it come where that corner has caught the meat of my hand and then it doesn't open. So I'll get fails that way. I'll also get some fails because it's so tight that when I wrap my hand around it, sometimes my finger will get in the way and it won't flick open. These aren't negatives to the knife. This is a great knife. I love the style, the profile of it, the design. If this was like an inch larger, I would absolutely carry it all the time. But because of my larger hand profile, when I open it, sometimes I get some more fails because the way I'm holding it so I don't catch my hand does something like that, and I'm not able to get that pressure behind it, or see like I just dropped it because it's a little bit smaller. So I have a little struggle with it. But that is my fault, not the knife's fault. Someone who has a little bit smaller knife, this might fit in their hand perfectly. They might have absolutely nothing wrong with this particular style. So with that in mind, let's continue on. It's a D2 blade. We have a G10 scales that I did the die for. It was jade, and we turned it to this nice kind of blue jean kind of color. It's an interesting knife. I like how it's all got kind of the satin kind of metal finish, but then they added that accent with the pocket clip being black. Got the little black on where the Civivi is, so it's kind of a nice little color addition. I didn't actually dye this backspacer is G10, so it could have been dyed, but I did not. I do like the way it looks just as is. And again, if they were to make this knife almost exactly the same, but like an inch larger, it would be a fantastic one for my collection. Got that nice flipper tab that flips out pretty good as long as you get a hold of it right. It's got that fuller hole. There, I caught my finger for flicking out. You can get your thumb in there as well. So, I mean, really, if you're looking for a low profile knife that's, doesn't take up a lot of space, that when you're doing work with it, like see when I'm holding here and my pinky falls off, I only can get 3-finger grip on there. Unless I choke up to there, then I've got all 4. So some people really like that style. They have that exact tool in mind to work with what they like to do in their pocket and have available for the jobs that they need cutting tasks done. Yeah. The clip isn't bad. It kind of pops up a little bit high right there, but I don't mind it. It's smaller since this is such a small knife. Sometimes the clips will be larger than they need to be. But in this case, the clip fits the knife pretty good. It's got a really nice feel to it. There are some good jimps right there. So when you're holding it like this, your thumb sits on those jimps really nice, and it kind of helps if you're going to do some ride and push cuts. Your thumb sits on there really well. That index finger, like on my hand, see, I'm actually longer than the blade itself. I have really long, skinny fingers, though. like this knife. What does everyone think about it? So this is, like I said, it's a Civivi Ferrum Forge did a collaboration on this. So it's got the Civivi logo there. It's got the little Ferrum Forge collab logo right there. Pretty clean knife otherwise. They didn't really put anything too crazy on it as far as branding. I like it when they just use it on the pivot. It's a captive pivot, so this side does not spin, and then you only need a tool for one side. Great little knife. Not too expensive too. I don't know what they go for right now. Probably $30 to $40 range, I would think. Don't quote me on that. You know, prices and times change. If you're watching this video a year from now or something, then it might not be the same. But I like Civivis. I like Civivis a lot. I have quite a few in my collection. They're a good company. They make some quality stuff. Ferrum Forge as well. I got one or two. Gent. But yeah, both companies are nice. So when they came together, they made a nice little knife here. It's a smaller little thing to have in the collection. Like I said, it does some nice work. It is a good knife. I would recommend it if you are looking for something that's a little bit smaller profile. It's got a lot of nice action to it. It's got a good shape. It's got a good design. It's got a really good feel. It's just, like I said, don't hate because my hands are larger and so I get a little fidgety with it with my big meaty fingers. Other than that, it's a good knife. So again, sorry, we're direct from the car today. I wanted to just get this in before I before I got it to the person who purchased it. It'll no longer be in my possession. And I did start that kind of deeper dive into some of the knives that I've had and been able to use. When you get a knife, right when I unbox it, I don't really have a lot of knowledge on it, so I can't really give much other than first impressions, versus after having it a while, carrying it, I can kind of give you a little bit more of a feel of how I enjoy using it and having it in my daily life. And that's what this deeper dive kind of thing with all these knives is more about. So that's what we've got. That's going to be it for today. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more. Helps me out and I really appreciate it. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.